Welcome to Days Behind, where we unveil the trivia and stories behind holidays and national days. Before a word can describe something immense, it must first have a beginning. Well, for the word Jumbo, that beginning was not a description, but a name. This was Jumbo, the African elephant. He was a real being, with a story that is both wondrous and deeply sad. Today, on April 9th, we observe a day in his honor, Jumbo Day. His tale begins not under the bright lights of a circus tent, but in the vast landscapes of East Africa in the early 1860s. He was just a calf when he was captured, a small, vulnerable creature, taken from his mother, taken from his herd. His early years were fraught with difficulty, passed from one owner to another. In Paris, he was unwell, his growth was stunted, his future looked bleak. A transfer to the London Zoo in 1865 marked the true start of his public life, setting him on a course toward unprecedented fame. Little did anyone know this small, sickly elephant would grow into a giant, in stature and in the hearts of a nation. The name Jumbo likely comes from a Swahili word, perhaps Jumbi, meaning chief. It is a moment to remember not just the spectacle he became, but the living creature at the heart of the legend. In 1865, a frail young elephant arrived at the London Zoo. Under the patient care of keeper Matthew Scott, he began to thrive. He grew and kept growing, towering over 11 feet at the shoulder. Size alone did not make him beloved. For years, he was gentle and calm, carrying children and taking treats with a careful curl of his trunk. London fell in love. Postcards, songs, and headlines spread his image everywhere. The zoo's crowds swelled. A living landmark stood in their gardens. Yet as he reached maturity, nights turned restless. In musth, natural for adult males, his strength became frightening in confinement. Doors splintered, iron bent. Keepers worried for visitors and for him. The gentle giant was now a powerful, unpredictable force, and a difficult decision drew near. 1882. Worry grew into a decision. The London Zoo would part with its giant. Barnum offered £2,000 and won the bid. London protested. Petitions flew. A lawsuit tried to stop it and failed. When movers arrived, Jumbo lay down outside the gates, refusing for hours. At last he rose, was led to the docks, and shipped across the Atlantic. New York erupted. Barnum proclaimed the greatest creature on earth. Bands played. Down Broadway he paraded, the king of elephants. Crowds packed the tents. Posters, songs, and headlines sold the wonder. Before we move on, make sure you check a previous video on our channel for the history of Barnum and his legacy, The Greatest Showman, about March 28th, Barnum's Day. Jumbo kept bringing soared profit, so did the pace, rails, noise, and endless miles. Touring was dangerous, even for a giant, St. Thomas, Ontario. Night fell on the rail yard after a show. Handlers led the elephants toward their car, then a freight roared down the main line. There was no time. The locomotive struck with terrible force. In an instant, the mighty elephant was gone, and the engineer with him. Grief spread across 2 continents. A legend had ended on the tracks. And yet, his name was only beginning to change the world's language. The news hit like a shockwave. Barnum cast it as heroism, claiming Jumbo saved the dwarf elephant Tom Thumb. Soon after, he displayed the remains. The skeleton mounted, the hide stuffed, touring city to city, profit even in death. Then the name began to shift. Lexicographers took note. Jumbo moved from a proper name into the dictionary as an adjective. Advertisements latched on. One Jumbo portion could sell the idea of size with a single word. Today we speak of Jumbo jets and Jumbo-sized orders, the echo of one elephant story in everyday speech. On Jumbo Day we look past the slogan to the warm-blooded, intelligent animal who carried it, and to the responsibility we share.